Hello there, grade 12 university students. It is me, Faisal Ahmed, and I will be your teacher for this very important and high stakes course that you are taking during this terrible time of COVID-19 pandemic. So, uh, welcome to the class. This is going to be an all online course, the first all online course that I've done, right? I never really expected to be doing an online teacher here, but that's the way fate has had it. So, welcome to the class. This is going to be a short class. It's going to be about 7 or 8 weeks, all online, and we're going to be going through it fairly quickly over the next 8 weeks. So, just for today, what I want to do is introduce the course and what exactly you will have to do, and then I'm going to have you guys fill out a quick form, and that will be what we aim to achieve today. So, first of all, this is a grade 12 university preparation course, right? It's in many ways the most important English course that you're going to be taking throughout your high school career here in Canada, because this is the course that is going to be looked at by universities looking to admit you or not, right? I believe the rule is that universities will either take your top 4 or top 6 grades, and one of those top 6 has to include this particular course, grade 12 university. So, this is a high stakes course, and as we go through it, I know that all of you are coming into it with a certain number in mind, right? What I mean by that is anyone who takes this course, who at least wants to go to university, wants to come out with a 95 or a 98 or a 99 or that sort of thing, right? But it is nevertheless a grade 12 university preparation course, and my job as your teacher is to make sure you guys are ready for the university life after you finish this course, right? So don't get me wrong, I want you all to succeed, but I can't just be handing out 99s to everyone, right? You're going to have to take this course seriously, and you're going to have to make sure you keep up with all of the work and everything like that, all right? So that's number one here, right? It's a university level course. If we were teaching it in person, I would say that it's supposed to be the hardest course in the class. We'll see how that goes with the current online situation. But it is nevertheless a course that you will have to give your full attention to, right? You can't just wing this course and expect to do very well. So, with that in mind, let's dive straight into the course outline. So, there's going to be a copy of this on the website, so you will be able to go through it at your leisure. But let me just highlight some of the important things on this particular course outline. So, this is, as I said, grade 12 university English. I hope if you're seeing this video, you should be signed up for the Google Classroom. If you're not signed up for the Google Classroom, then, well, you need to get on that, right? Make sure you log in to your student TDSB account and then go into Google Classrooms and put in that code, right, that I've sent you all out on the email. If you have any trouble, let me just make this big, getting into the Google Classroom, you can get in touch with the school. They should be able to help you out. Or you can send an email to me, faisal.ahmed@tdsb.on.ca. That's the best way to get in touch with me. So go ahead and send me an email if you're having trouble with getting into the Google Classroom. Hopefully you're not. Now then, this course would normally be probably a little bit harder than what you're going to get right now. So in a way, I mean, I don't know if we can say anyone's really lucky during this time, but you're not going to have as much work as you normally would in ENG for you. Now, what this course does have is it's going to be focused on 4 different areas. It's going to be looking at critical thinking, right? Being able to read something and analyze its contents and everything like that. You're going to be looking at writing skills, not just, where does the comma go, or where does the capital go, or that sort of thing, but all things about style and presenting an argument eloquently. We're going to be looking at that as well. We're going to be doing online seminars. I'll talk about those in a moment. And we're also going to be trying to build our analytical skills, right? So making an argument, doing research, backing up your points with evidence, all of that kind of business. So that's what this course is sort of going to focus on overall. But let's go through the course calendar. So we're going to start things out here in the course with a couple of reflection pieces, right? And a reflection piece is basically a short paragraph that you're going to answer a couple of questions on big things affecting our country. So, sad to say it, the one big thing that's affecting our country right now is probably going to be COVID-19. So I'm probably going to have you guys write a little something about what you think of the COVID-19 crisis, but I'll also bring in some other articles from the media and other sources where it will raise an issue around something like, I don't know, sexism, racism, or other big issues surrounding our society, and you'll write a quick reaction piece for this. Most of you, going by the class list, had me last quad, right? So you might know me already, but I do have a couple of new students here. So I look at this first assignment as just a simple, easy way to get to know what kind of writers I'm dealing with and what I need to do as your teacher. So that'll be for this week. I'll be posting some articles. I'll be posting a video talking about them, and that's how this will go down. Now, every week we're going to aim to do a seminar, right, which will be taking place through Google Meetups, right? So people will come to Google Meetups and they will, listen to each other and talk to each other. I'll talk more about this as we go along, right? But we are going to have those kinds of round table. I mean, even though there's no table, we're going to have roundtable discussions through seminars based on whatever we're talking about that week, right? So our first one will either be on Friday or next week, depending on what you guys are available for. But we're going to have one soon, and that's going to be on the articles that we're going to be talking about later in the week. And then after, when we get to short stories, we'll do something on the short stories, right? So they're going to be seminars, and what you'll be hoping for the seminars is that we can get everyone into a single Google Meetup. If it's impossible, right? If there's someone who's, for instance, only available Monday morning and someone else is only available Friday afternoon, then we can do two seminars and sort of split it into groups. But I'm hopeful we can get everyone into one seminar, right? That's my hope here. Nevertheless, those seminars will be your oral presentation mark, right? You're not going to be making presentations like I am here in front of a camera. What will happen is I'll ask a question, people will talk, and we'll see who's participating and who's not, right? So that's the kind of thing we're going to be doing there. I am going to try to be very flexible with those, so if you're not able to attend something like that, then, well, we'll work something out. After that, we're going to do a couple of short stories. It will depend on what I can find online, right? I don't have many resources here in my house, so I'll have to dig and find some of the things that I wanted to share with you all. But nevertheless, you can expect me to give you about 6 short stories, and you will pick maybe 3 of them, and you're going to write a single paragraph reflection on each one, right? Normally this would normally this would be a test, but I can't do a test in this situation, right? There's no way. Anyway, after that, we'll be moving into documentaries and essay writing. I have to find a documentary that's available on YouTube so that you guys can watch it, right? But we're going to use the documentary assignment to, first of all, learn how to do MLA, right? We're going to have an MLA assignment where basically I'll make sure you know how to cite. Those of you who had me last quad, hopefully remember how to cite. But even if you don't remember, we're going to still figure that out. So we'll spend some time on that. There'll be more seminars, right? I'm looking to do a total of 5 seminars in the whole thing, by the way. So hopefully we can do that many. And after that, you'll have your first essay, which is going to be about a documentary. Again, I haven't selected the documentary yet. I'm not sure which topic I want to do. I still have to think about it. So that's what's going to happen from now until June, right? So you're going to have to write reaction pieces to newspaper articles, 3 paragraphs, and very small MLA assignment. And then at the end of May, before midterm, there will be a 5-paragraph essay, right? So that's what you'll have to do for this first 4 weeks, all right? And then in June, it's going to be Othello month, right? Because we'll be moving to the study of Othello, which is another one of Shakespeare's plays, right? I've had many of you in ENG or 3U, right? Grade 11 University. So most of you have just finished with Macbeth, and Macbeth is great, but I can tell you, Macbeth fans out there, that Othello is even better, right? So we're going to be reading it online, right? And Othello is available online. I'll even put the link to this right now. I am going to look for a better version, though, because this online version that I have here, it's got the text, but it doesn't have any glossaries, and it would be nice to have some glossaries. So I will... Let me dig around and find online version that's good for you guys. But we will be looking at it online, right? Now, if you can, you should try to watch this play, right? That's always a good idea. I can't just show it to you in the class, right, because there's copyright issues, but hopefully you will be able to watch this play and, we can see it then, right? But we're going to be going through that play. Once again, I'll be asking you to write paragraph reflections to specific, I should say scenes there, not chapters. Let me fix that. To specific scenes, right? So you're going to write about the kinds of things that you see raised in Othello. What's special about Othello, by the way, as compared to other Shakespeare plays, is that Othello is the one play that deals with race in Shakespeare. Because Othello, the main character of the story, is African, right? He is coming from Northern Africa, and he is, living in Europe, right? So he is the only African protagonist in any of Shakespeare's plays. So it's a very interesting play for that reason. So we'll be taking a look at Othello, and you guys will be reading through it, and we'll have roundtable discussions, everything like that. And at the very end of this course, so end of June now, you're going to be writing an essay, right? It's going to be about 1250 words, based on Othello with student-selected topics, right? So that part is going to be interesting because this essay is not going to be me saying, okay, here's a list of questions, go answer them. It's going to be all about you as the student thinking about what you want to write about for Othello, right? So some of you might, for instance, say, well, I want to relate Othello to what's happening in the world today with criminal justice. I would say, okay. Or some of you might want to say, well, I want to write about the female characters in Othello and the Me Too movement, or something like that. So you will be able to pick your question, right? As in, you will tell me this is what the question I want to do is, right? So it's going to be student selected questions, and that's going to be your final, right? So you sort of have control over that. So, in summary, 2 weeks, short stories and news articles, 2 weeks, documentary and essay writing, and then June, Othello, right? That's what the structure of this course is. That's how we're going to do this, and that's how we're going to get to an end. All right, so that's the course in a nutshell. Now, a couple of other things. So the way this is going to work is almost every day. You're going to see a YouTube video like this made by me, uploaded to the Google Classroom. Sometimes it'll be long, like today's is going to be long. Sometimes it'll be short, but nevertheless, I am going to put something on the Google Classroom every day. right? Usually early in the morning. In fact, always early in the morning. And you're expected to check the Google Classroom every weekday during the day, right? So you're expected to get in here and look at whatever video I put up and do whatever it is I tell you to do, right? So that's sort of the number one thing. There's no attendance or anything because this is online. And the good thing about the YouTube videos is that we are going to be doing it online, so you can watch them whenever you want, right? So if you want to wait until 9 o'clock after you eat dinner, or if you want to wait until early in the morning the next day, or whatever, right? It's all online, right? So that part is flexible. The Google Meetups and presentations will be done online. The times are going to be flexible, and I'm going to be sending out a survey seeing when you guys are available. I'm hopeful that we can get everyone into the same session. Any reading or novel is going to be provided online, and all assignments are going to be done through Google Classroom. Now, if you miss anything, uh, just know it's all online, right? So, look, when I say something is due, right, on, May the 15th or whatever it is, right, that means it is due then, and midnight is the latest time to give it to me for it to not be considered late. That being said, I know it's a pandemic. I know some of you have responsibilities with your children and responsibilities with other family members or with getting money, right? It's a global crisis we're in here. So, if you are ever able to not hand something in, then talk to me and get in touch, right? Send me an email, right? My email again is right here. It's also on the course outline, right? Send me an email. Say, hey, this is what's happening, and I will work with you to get that thing in. The good thing about online courses is you can't say, well, I missed Tuesday, so I can't do the assignment, right? They'll always be online, and you can always catch up, right? So there is that, right? So you will be responsible for things that you miss, but I am going to try to be flexible. Now, one small thing. Right now, schools are officially closed until May 31st by order of the Ministry of Education. If the minister or if Doug Ford says, "Oh, okay, looks okay now," come June, right, and they say, "All right, let's send them back to school," then we will be going back to Emory, right? And I guess I will be happy because I'll get to meet you guys in person and everything like that. That'd be pretty cool. But if that happens, then we will be returning to school. I don't think that's going to happen. Uh, it might, right? But I would say it's about a 20% chance. My class is being planned with the expectation that more or less everything is going to be done online, right? So maybe we'll go back to being in person. I would love that, but let's see what happens, right? It's a strange world we're living in right now. So, what I need you to do right now, if you don't have any questions, if you do have any questions, leave a comment below, and I will try to answer them as best I can. I'll either answer right away, or I will address them in the next video. But if you don't have any questions, what I need you to do is fill out this introductory form that I have here, right? It's just asking basic questions about how you're accessing the classroom, about whether English is your first language, and whether you've done online learning before. The most important thing is these questions about the online seminars. Tell me which day you're going to be available for and when you can possibly be available. So if you could give me an indication of that, we can figure out when we can do those online seminars that are going to be an important part of your grade, right? So answer that question as best you can. Now, if there is anyone in the classroom that doesn't have a laptop, right, and you're only seeing me through your cell phone right now, let me say that that's okay. For any of the written assignments, it is totally fine for you to get out a pen, piece of paper, write, snap a photo with your phone, and then send it to me that way, right? So if you are in that situation where you don't have a laptop and you're watching me right now through your cell phone, then by all means get that phone, snap a picture of a handwritten page, and I will be happy to grade that way. All right. So for now, please fill out this form, and we will hopefully be able to go forward with a good course. Although, one more thing. So, just to introduce you to my two assistants here, that's Dragos over there. She will be helping me with Othello, especially, I think. Hello, Dragos. Good job. And this is Uranos. He is my other assistant, and he will be, I don't know, he'll presumably do something. He's not the most active cat. Meow. Alright, guys. Thanks for being a part of this course. I know it's a strange time to be a student here at Emory Adult Learning Center, but we're going to get through this stuff together. So please fill out the forms, and I will see you tomorrow.